Welcome back for game number 2 of this doubleheader between Roseburg and North Medford. Roseburg in game number 1, 1-0 was the final score. Jake Johnson, just talked to him a little bit after the game. 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, no runs, a walk, and 12 strikeouts. The 12 strikeouts, a career high for Jake Johnson. Incredible stuff from the right-hander who had a phenomenal week down here in Medford and hopefully continues it here in game number 2 this afternoon. He pitched the complete game against South Medford on Tuesday and then just went the distance once again. 14 innings pitched this week for Johnson. First time pitching on a Saturday all season long. I was just talking to him about that. I asked him, I said, was it weird pitching today on a Saturday? And he said, it was a little odd. This is the first time I've done it this season. I've certainly done it before, but first time this season. Impressive stuff, though, for Jake in game number 1. He is going to be in the lineup once again for game number 2. He is not going to get the start. It's not softball. He can't throw that much. But he is going to play third base in game number 2. Just got the lineup cards just a second ago, and we should be rocking and rolling in the next 4 to 5 minutes or so after game number 1 ended at exactly 1:30. So we're looking like we're on schedule for a 2 p.m. start. North Medford, they're now 12-6 on the season. 7-4 in Southwest Conference play. Roseburg 13-5 on the season, 9-3 in Southwest Conference play. Entering today, we knew this was going to be a top 10 showdown in the OSA Power Rankings. Entering today, North Medford was at number 7, Roseburg was at number 3. And the Indians win, so that's going to be a boost to their resume once again. The coaches' poll had North Medford actually ahead of Roseburg, despite the Indians beating North Medford earlier this season, 3-1 back at Champion Car Wash Field. They had North Medford at number 6 in the coaches' poll, Roseburg at number 7. I think after this weekend, you might see a little bit of flip-flopping in that coaches' poll heading into next week. And you might also see Jake Johnson as the OSA 6A Pitcher of the Week. I certainly think he deserves that title after back-to-back complete game performances, including a 12-strikeout shutout across 7 innings. He said that he did have 10 strikeouts against Willamette earlier this season, but that was a 5-inning game, so a higher strikeout rate in terms of strikeouts per innings pitched, but nonetheless, 12 strikeouts today, a career high for him, according to Jake. So we're just getting the starting lineups written in right now. I can tell you that Paxton Burke is leading things off for Roseburg. He's going to be at shortstop once again for the Indians. Batting second is Dane St. Clair, also back in center field. The lineup is actually going to be the exact same, just a couple of maneuvering around, shifting the lineup a little bit, different players in different places, or same players, I should say, but different places on the field. Cal Robbins is going to be batting third, the first baseman. Third base is going to be Jake Johnson, so he moves from the mound to third base. Robbins goes from playing third base to first base. Johnson a little bit better defensively as a third baseman, and so they like him there at that third base spot when he's not on the mound. DH is Luke Robbins once again, so he'll bat in the 5 spot once again. Danner Wirtz goes from first base to the mound, so Wirtz, who threw the no-hitter against South Medford earlier this season, gets the start here against North Medford in game number 2 of the doubleheader. The freshman gets the nod. In left field is going to be A.J. Black once again. Right field, Fletcher Coleman. So Coleman back in right field, and rounding out the Roseburg lineup is Caden Austin, the second baseman. So the lineup pretty much the same for Roseburg, just a couple of players in different positions, with Robbins going from third to first, Wirtz going from first to the mound, and Johnson going from the mound to third. Really, it's just a rotation between third base, first base, and the pitcher. For North Medford, Easton Curtis is going to get the start in center field, leading things off. He was in that same spot in game number 1 as well. Dominic Daffron, who was the pitcher for North Medford, he also had a really good game. Don't want to say that he didn't, because he did. 7 innings pitched, 5 hits, just 1 earned run. It came with 2 outs in the third, 3 straight singles for Roseburg with 2 outs. After Daffron got the first 2 batters out via a line-out and a strikeout, it was the 3 straight 2-out hits for Roseburg that was the difference in game number 1. It wasn't easy according to Coach Sester. But Dom Daffron is going to get the start at shortstop in game number 2. Batting third is Brady Patterson. So Patterson, who had a double in game number 1, going to be batting third. He batted in that same spot in game number 1. Mason Baker, who was the DH in game number 1, he's going to go to the mound. So Mason Baker is going to be the pitcher in game number 2 for North Medford. And left field is going to be Colton Miller. So Miller back in left field. Miller in game number 1 also batted in the 5 spot. Batting 6 is going to be Cade Pedersen. So Pedersen also gets the start at first base once again. The home plate umpires just met with both coaches. And that'll do it for the pregame. So, lineup card that I got just a second ago from Coach. So, Coach gave me another lineup card that was the exact same for Roseburg. Good to have, though. Thank you, Coach Thompson. It's good they think about me because it would be better than the alternative. We'll take a quick 1-minute timeout when we return here for game number 2. We'll finish out the North Medford starting lineup here on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Always handled my own finances, but I need help.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
How should I be investing my money?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor. Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Welcome back to Jim Maccabee Field, North Medford High School. We see the high school out to the distance, and you can see actually where the gymnasium collapsed earlier this year. Right before Roseburg was actually supposed to play North Medford down here in Medford, they had that big snowstorm, and it caused the roof of the gymnasium to crash and collapse. And for the first time, I actually got to see it, and it still looks like a bunch of rubbish in that area. So Paxton Burke will come up to the plate as we're locked and loaded for game number 2. First pitch is fouled off by Burke, and we're underway at 2:04 here for game number 2. So Burke leading things off, followed by Dane St. Clair and Cal Robbins, 1, 2, and 3. Mason Baker on the mound, the 0-1 pitch, a breaking ball, and Burke lines it out towards left field in a step, and making the catch out in left field is Colton Miller for out number 1. So here's Dane St. Clair after the line out towards left field. St. Clair fouls the pitch he sees down the first base line. So 1 out and nobody on for St. Clair. St. Clair swings and chops it over to first, and it was a leaping play by Pedersen at first base. He couldn't get it. So no balls and 2 strikes, as it was a foul off to the right side of the bag anyways. Oh, 2 pitch. St. Clair pops it up out towards center field. In to make the catch is Easton Curtis for out number 2. So 2 outs, and now Cal Robbins to the plate, facing off against Mason Baker. Righty versus righty matchup. First pitch to Cal is taken for a strike, 0-1. 0-0 the score, top of the first. Just getting started for game number 2 of this doubleheader. Roseburg again winning 1-0 in game number 1. Robbins grounds it foul to the third base side. Jake Payton still in right field. Ben Morgan, who was the shortstop last game, goes to DH, and Austin Warren, the third baseman, to round out the North Medford lineup that we were talking about before our break. The 0-2 a little bit high, 1-2. It's a very similar lineup for North Medford, just like we saw from Roseburg here in game number 2. 1-2 pitch, a dribbler off the foot of Robbins, and so he'll go out as a foul ball. Baker asks for a new ball. Got the track meet happening at North Medford High School out towards the right side of us. Parking lot was packed when I got in here a couple hours before the game, and I was a little bit surprised. And called strike 3. So that'll do it for the Indians in the top of the first inning, and just got a text from Tim Sestair. So basically, Cal Robbins is going to go to third, and Jake Johnson is going to go to first base. I think they're going to let Jake rest his arm a little bit after that stellar pitching performance in game number 1. 3 up, 3 down, the Indians go. We're headed to the bottom of the first inning, 0-0 the score. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball here on 541radio.com and the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Welcome back here to Jim Maccabee Field, North Medford High School. Knight Jarecki with you this afternoon. Just realized I forgot to turn off the hits for North Medford after game number 1. They do not have 4 hits without coming to the plate. It is the bottom of the first inning, and Danner Wirtz is on the bump for the Roseburg Indians. The right-hander, the freshman, steps in on the mound, and the first pitch goes outside Easton Curtis. 1 ball and no strikes. So, right before the break, I let you guys know Cal Robbins is actually going to go back to third base, Jake Johnson to first base, and so really the only change defensively for Roseburg between last game and this game is that you have the pitcher go to first base and the first baseman go to pitcher here in game number 2. 0-0 the score, 1 ball and no strikes. Easton Curtis, the center fielder, leading things off for North Medford. He takes a strike from Wirtz, 1 ball and a strike. So Danner gets the start today for Danner. This is his 5th start of the season. He's 5-0 on the year. The young freshman's been quite successful. Delivers a pitch that is grounded towards third. Backhand by Robbins. The throw to first base. A bullet right to the mitt of Johnson for out number 1. Beats the speedy Easton Curtis for out number 1 here in the bottom of the first. And it now brings up Dominic Daffron, who gets a pretty big round of applause after his pitching performance in game number 1 of the doubleheader. He threw 7 innings, only allowed 1 earned run. Unfortunately for him, he picked up the loss in that game, despite the excellence on the mound. Wirtz delivers a pitch for a strike right at the knees of Daffron. 0-1. He did have a hit in the game, so a pretty good day on the mound and at the plate for Daffron, all things considered, with North Medford not scoring a run in game number 1. The 0-1 pitch in the zone once again, right at the knees. No balls in, 2 strikes from Wirtz, who gets ahead. So Wirtz is 5-0 on the season. He's allowed 21 hits across 27 and 2/3 innings. The 0-2 pitch, down low and inside, 1-2. Wirtz this season has 24 strikeouts to 11 walks with an ERA of 3.04. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch from Wirtz. Grounded towards second. Fielding it is Austin. The throw to first base in time for out number 2. Brings up Brady Patterson. So 2 outs, nobody on in this 0-0 game. Bottom of the first inning, Patterson. Again, a double in game number 1. One of the bright spots for North Medford. Shows bunt, bunts it up the first base line. Johnson fields it, going to try to take it to the bag himself, and he beats Patterson, who dove head first towards first base for the final out. So, 3 up, 3 down, North Medford goes. We're moving on to the top of the second inning. The score is 0-0 here at Jim Maccabee Field. Head into the second here on 541radio.com and the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Three up, 3 down. The Indians went in the top half of the first inning, and then the same result for North Medford in the bottom half of the first. So batters 4, 5, and 6 due up for both teams as we begin the second, with the Indians coming to the plate. Jake Johnson, Luke Robbins, and Danner Wirtz. So here's Jake, now the first baseman, not the third baseman, was originally put in on the lineup card as the third baseman, and now has since moved to first base right before the game started, probably to let him rest his arm a little bit. Facing off against Mason Baker. Baker on the bump. The right-hander will whine and deal. Johnson fouls it off himself. 0-1. It's going to sting a little bit. It looked like it went off his right foot. The tough part for him is that he has a brace, a little bit of a ankle brace on his left leg to protect him from that exact scenario. This time, though, it hit him on the right leg, and so he's going to walk it off a little bit. Coach Thompson inching his way down the third base line. Maybe a little bit more gingerly than he did at the beginning of the game. Coach Thompson, he got drilled by a foul ball in game number 1. Cal Robbins grounded it to the foul territory side, and it hit him right between the cheeks, right on the rear end. So Johnson flexes his ankle, and now we'll get into the box. No balls and a strike. Here's the pitch from Baker. Curveball popped in the air out towards right field. Over in right field and making the catch is Jake Payton for out number 1. So 1 batter, 1 out to begin this top of the second inning. Nobody on, and Luke Robbins coming to the plate. So here's Robbins. First pitch is outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Robbins, the DH, once again. It's been his spot most of the season. Takes outside, 2 balls and no strikes. It went 1 for 3 in game number 1. Right-handed hitter has a 2-0 count. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Baker. Down and inside, now 3 balls and no strikes. So Mason Baker, he enters today with a 3-1 record, a 1.63 ERA. 5 appearances on the season. 30 innings pitched, just 7 earned runs, 14 runs given up. But most of them, half of them, have been unearned. Pitch inside, and so that's going to be a walk. So a runner at first, 1 out, and it'll bring up Danner Wirtz. "21 strikeouts and now 13 walks on the season for Mason Baker. Throw back towards first base, diving back there safely is Robbins. Still waiting the first pitch is Wirtz, and he finally gets it. It's a fastball right down Broadway. No balls and a strike to Danner. So Danner, the pitcher, good start on the mound. Now to trying to find some success at the plate. No balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Wirtz looked like he was trying to call times and then had to put both hands on the bat, and he fouled it off to stay alive. So no balls and 2 strikes with an out and a runner at first. Pitch. Wirtz grounds it to the left side. Past the sliding Daffron into left field. So a base hit for Danner Wirtz. Puts runners at first and second for Roseburg here in the top of the second. Still just 1 out in the inning as the Indians pick up their first hit of the game. It'll now bring up A.J. Black as you hear more from the PA system over at the track and field stadium at North Medford High School. This is a spot to be, though it's been a relatively chilly, overcast day in the Rogue Valley. First pitch a little bit high, 1 ball and no strikes, A.J. Black. So Black, the 7-hole hitter, looking for a hit. 1-0, it's tomahawk down the third base line, and it's going to roll down towards left field. Racing around third, and coming in to score is Robbins. At second base is Wirtz, rather Riley Cheney, but the Indians take the lead. It is 1-0. A.J. Black got right over it. It was an elevated pitch, but he slapped it on the ground down the left field line. And so the second hit of the game will bring in the first run, as it's now 1-0 Roseburg with the lead. Here's Fletcher Coleman. First pitch is popped out of play. 0-1. So it's Riley Cheney who's at second base. Replacement runner for Danner Wirtz. Missed that one. No balls and a strike to Fletcher Coleman. Had a double in game number 1. Fouls off the 0-1 and now falls behind 0-2. So just like in game number 1, the Indians only scored 1 run, but it was 3 straight batters to reach base safely. This time walk, single, single. Last time it was single, single, single. 0-2 pitch. Up and away. 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Line towards right field. It was well struck, but over to make the play is Payton. Throw back towards second, and diving back there safely is Cheney. So good contact once again for Fletcher Coleman, but a line out towards right field. So 2 outs, runners at first and second, and now Caden Austin to the plate. The Indians leading 1-0 here in the top of the second. First pitch to Austin is swung on and miss. Elevated fastball and got under it. 0-1. Caden in game number 1 was 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts and a ground out to third. 0-1 is grounded foul. No balls and 2 strikes. A little bit warmer here in game number 2. 52 degrees, the current weather with the overcast skies. 0-2 pitch. Austin looks at it, and it misses up and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs and 2 on. Here in the second. Deuces everywhere. 1-2. Up and inside, so we get another 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes in the second with 2 on. Deuces really going wild here. Baker looks towards first and now comes set. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off. Austin stays alive. Baker, a senior for North Medford. Been a great pitcher this season for North Medford. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch to Austin. Up and away. Now 3 balls and 2 strikes. So a full count to Caden Austin. He's heading off to Valley City State. Going to go play football there next year out in North Dakota. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and a throw back towards second. A good one, and Cheney is thrown out at second. He was inching towards third, anticipating the payoff pitch where he could be on the run. Instead, he's thrown out at second to end the inning. But not before the Indians can take the lead 1-0, thanks to the base hit by A.J. Black to drive in Luke Robbins, as the Indians lead 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the second inning. 1 left stranded after 2 hits in the inning and 1 run. No errors defensively. And to the bottom of the second here on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I'm confused by the huge market swings.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Do I have enough money put away to retire?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor.
They reflect a style as unique as you are. They make first impressions. They provide space, add lasting beauty, and security. Quality is a reflection of who you are. That's why all your fencing projects begin here.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
One to nothing the score as we begin the bottom of the second inning. Danner Wirtz on the mound for Roseburg. 1 ball and no strikes. The count. His second pitch goes outside. Now 2 balls and no strikes to the 4-hole hitter, Mason Baker. So a pitcher versus pitcher battle here. Danner Wirtz won the battle in the top half of this inning. He got a single. And now Baker fouls off the 2-0 from his counterpart. 2 balls and a strike. So Baker, the pitcher, batted in the 4 spot in game number 1, was the DH. Went 0 for 2 with a walk. Struck out and grounded out. Pitch outside from Wirtz. Now 3 balls and a strike. Wirtz had a 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the second, or bottom of the first, I should say. Now the righty goes back to work. The 3-1 pitch is called a strike. Low outside corner. It's been the spot for the right-handed pitchers today. We saw it in game number 1, and we're seeing it once again here in game number 2. Baker thought he was heading to first with the free pass. Instead, he's back in the box with a full count. 1-0, Roseburg with the lead. Took the lead in the top half of the first, and now the Indians go back to work defensively. 3-2, called strike 3. Wirtz gets his first strikeout. Baker again thinking he was heading towards first base. Took a few steps that direction and now walks back with his bat that he tossed towards the third base dugout. 1 out, nobody on, and here's Colton Miller. Miller looks at a pitch for a strike. Same spot, low outside corner. If I'm a pitcher, I'm going to keep firing it right there if I can, because that's been called a strike consistently throughout the day. 0-1 pitch is popped in the air out towards shallow left field. It's just outside the reach of Paxton Burke, the shortstop. And so It's going to be a base hit, first hit of the game for the Black Tornado. It goes to Colton Miller. So it brings up Cade Pedersen now with a runner at first here in the bottom of the second. 1-0 the score. Roseburg with the lead with one out. Wirtz, the right-hander, looks back towards first base and now looks towards the plate. He fires a first pitch a little bit high. Amos Bowers was looking to throw back towards first base. Instead, he pump faked and throws it back to the mound. So 1 ball and no strikes. Pitch from Wirtz. Check swing. It's called a strike. Again, it's that same spot. Low corner on the right side of the plate if you're looking at it from behind the plate. So on the outside to righties, the inside corner to lefties, throw back towards first, and back there safely is Miller. In Pedersen's case, it was the low inside corner as he's a left-handed hitter. Pedersen rattles the bat. Wirtz comes set at the waist. Delivers a 1-1 pitch that is swung on and missed. Throw down towards second base. Bowers can't beat him this time. It was almost 3 for 3 on the afternoon. Went 2 for 2 in game number 1. But the tag by Paxton Burke just a hair late. And so stealing second base is Colton Miller. It's now a runner in scoring position with 1 out and a 1-2 count for Cade Pedersen. Cade Pedersen fouls it away and stays alive. Two balls and 2 strikes. The pitch from Wirtz. Chops softly to short. Burke charges in. Fields throw to first base. Not in time. So the North Medford fans making some noise after the infield hit. The second hit of the inning for Black Tornado, back-to-back hits. You got a single, a stolen base, and now a single to put runners on the corners for Jake Payton, the right fielder. Payton did not hit in the first game. He did play defensively in right field, so this will be his first at-bat of the afternoon. Payton entering today was batting just 103 on the season, 3 hits and 29 at-bats. He shows bunt and bunts it foul. 0-1. He's looking for maybe the suicide squeeze here with the tying runner at third base, 90 feet away from scoring. Indians leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. Oh, 1 pitch from Wirtz. It's a breaking ball just off the edge of the plate. 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch in, it's popped foul behind the plate. 1-2. It was a bunt shown by Payton. So now with 2 strikes, he'll probably have to swing here. Wirtz ready. The freshman kicks and fires. And it's fouled off by Payton as he stays alive. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch is popped out of play again. It's been a battle here. North Medford's looking for their first run of the day. They were shut out in game number 1, 1-0. Excellent pitching performance by Jake Johnson, and now Danner Wirtz trying to continue the success. Got a 1-2-3 first inning, now some trouble here in the second. 1-2 is going to be line to left field, foul. Kept tailing off and hooking foul down the left field line, and the North Medford fans were pretty ecstatic. They're restless. It's been 8 scoreless innings offensively, but an opportunity here with a runner in scoring position. 1-2. Just a little bit high. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Wirtz. Two balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Line towards left field. Black makes the catch in left field, tagging at third base, and coming in to score the tying run is Colton Miller as North Medford ties it 1-1. It was a battle at the plate, and Jake Payton, he earned that RBI. Now 2 outs and a first pitch ball. 1 ball and no strikes with the runner at first base. So here's Ben Morgan, the DH. The runner at first, Morgan dribbles one up the middle, charging in is Burke. He fields it and throws to first base to retire Morgan for the final out. Black Tornado are able to tie it in the bottom half of the second inning thanks to 2 hits, the run, no errors, and 1 left stranded. We're headed to the top of the third inning. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball here on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM in Fort.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Top of the third inning, it is 1-1 the score. It's been pretty even so far. 2 hits for each team and 1 run for each team as we begin the top of the third inning. Roseburg coming up to hit. It's going to be batters 9, 1, and 2. Caden Austin back up to the plate for the second time. In this game, number 2 was at the plate last inning, but a throw back towards second base to get Riley Cheney ended the last inning, and so now Austin back to the plate. And swings and grounds the first ball he sees down the third base line into left field. Austin stops at first base with a single. So after having a full count in the last inning, he swings at the first pitch and picks up a single. So a runner at first and nobody out for the Indians here on the top of the third inning. And now the top of the order once again with Paxton Burke to the plate, lined out to left field, his first time up. The switch hitter, batting as a lefty, takes inside, throw down towards second base as Austin tries to steal, and he does, as the throw was late from Patterson. So now a runner in scoring position at second base. 1 ball and no strikes for Burke. The Indians trying to retake the lead. 1-0 pitch. Burke taking all the way, takes a strike. 1-1. So Burke has an opportunity here for an RBI. For Caden Austin, that was his first stolen base of the season. 1-1. Think it was inside. 2 balls and a strike. It's hard to tell with this umpire. I think sometimes he signals that it's inside or outside. Points to his right, like off the edge of the plate, not calls it a strike. Burke swings, though, on the pitch, and it's popped out towards left field. Making the catch in left field is Miller. And it doesn't matter what the call was anyways. There's an out on the board. So it brings up Dane St. Clair with 1 out and a runner in scoring position. 1-1 the score, top of the third inning. Game number 2 of the doubleheader. Indians now 13-5 on the season after picking up the win in game number 1. St. Clair swings and grounds it down the first base line, foul. 0-1. So no balls and a strike to St. Clair. Austin standing at second. The 0-1. St. Clair drives the ball towards right center field. Curtis giving chase in the alleyway. Over the shoulder catch. Wow, what a play by Curtis. Full sprint in the alleyway. Stuck out the left arm and made the grab for out number 2. That saves a run and extra bases. It advances the runner to third base in Austin, but 2 outs and a runner at third after the phenomenal catch in center field by Easton Curtis. Curtis, also an excellent basketball player, was a big part of the North Medford basketball squad in the winter season. True athlete out in center field. So now here's Cal Robbins, who swings and pops up the first pitch he sees way up in the sky into left field. The left fielder, Colton Miller, makes the catch to end the inning. The Indians get a hit to Caden Austin, but he's left stranded at third. No runs and no errors. It is 1-1 the score as we head to the bottom of the third inning here on 541radio.com and the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
How should I be investing my money?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
In today's big box store, how-to YouTube video world, it is hard to do it yourself. If you're fixing your fence or putting in a new one, the only place to start is Quality Fence. We stock almost anything you need and take the time to show you how to really do it yourself. Visit the Quality Fence showroom in Roseburg and get great fencing ideas at qualityfenceco.com.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
1-1 the score as we begin the bottom of the third inning here at North Medford High School. Austin Warren leading things off here in the bottom of the third. Danner Wirtz on the mound. First pitch is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Special thanks to our sponsor, Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com as Wirtz delivers a 1-0 pitch for a strike. 1-1. You can visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call 541-459-1545. 1-1 pitch is down low and inside. 2 balls and a strike. So Danner Wirtz returns after giving up a run. Last inning, the starter delivers a pitch that's popped in the air towards the first base side. Near the dugout, Johnson can't get it. It lands on top of the dugout for the Indians, and so it'll be a foul ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Special thanks to our sponsor, Dr. Alanson Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or call 541-378-6694. Pitch is outside. Now 3 balls and 2 strikes. A full count to start to the 9-hole hitter, Austin Warren, the third baseman. Back in the same spot he was batting from last inning. The 3-2 pitch is off the edge of the plate. So a leadoff walk to start. It's the first walk given up by Danner Wirtz, and now faces off against the top of the order in Easton Curtis. Curtis heading off to Lassen Community College out in California. Going to go play some JUCO ball there. I believe Lassen is down in Reading. So runner at first. Wirtz, who always works out of the stretch, has no windup. Comes set at the waist. First pitch is called a strike. Throw down towards first base, and back there safely is Warren. I believe actually they're going to call that a ball outside. Again, it's very unique. This umpire, they will signal off the edge of the plate by sticking their right hand out. Typically, when you stick your right hand out, it's called a strike. The 1-0 is way outside, gets past the catcher Bowers, and that allows the runner to advance towards second base in Warren. Wind really starting to pick up now in Medford. Flag in left field blowing pretty steadily, and can certainly feel the wind up here. People are covered in jackets, blankets, whatever they can find. 2-0. In the zone for a strike. 2 balls and a strike. There's a girl to the right of me that's trying to cover herself completely with the blanket, has her hoodie on and everything. Called strike. 3-1. That was a loud call for a strike. 3-1. It was like he was ringing him up on a 3-0 pitch. 3-1 from Wirtz is popped in the air out towards right center field. St. Clair giving chase, and he catches it right in front of Fletcher Coleman. After catching it, he dropped the ball on the exchange. Throw comes in, but that allows the runner to advance to third base. So an out and a runner at third base in a 1-1 game in the bottom of the third. And Dominic Daffron, who was the starter in game number 1 on the mound, back to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out to second. Infield comes in with the runner at third. First pitch, Daffron grounds it to second. Austin Fields looks towards home plate, instead goes to first base and gets the out there. Staying at third base is Warren. So just a ground out towards second. And now 2 outs. Now Brady Patterson will come to the plate. Wirtz trying to navigate his way through traffic. With the runner at third, and 2 outs now. The infield backs up a little bit. Robbins still playing relatively in at third base. To the left-handed hitter in Patterson, who's 0 for 1 with a ground out to first base. Patterson steps out of the box. Now gets back in. 2 toes down. Wirtz set on the mound. Kicks his leg and deals. Low and away. Looked like a change-up on the first pitch from Danner Wirtz. 1 ball and no strikes, the pitch. Line towards first base, and it goes foul. Pretty good contact. Just a little bit early from Patterson. North Medford an opportunity to take their first lead of the day. 1-1 the score with 2 outs and a runner at third in the bottom of the third. Wirtz's 1-1 pitch. Chopped up the middle. Backhanded by Austin. Throw to first base, a high one, and it gets away from Johnson, allowing the runner in Warren to come in and score. North Medford takes the lead on the air by Caden Austin. It was a really good play by Austin to even track it down deep in the hole, backhanded it at second. It was going to be a tough throw to first base, but it just whistled a little bit high as it gets away from Johnson at first base. Maybe if you have Danner Wirtz and his size out there at first base, maybe, just maybe, the play is made, but it is an error. And so runner at first, 2 outs. And a 2-1 lead for North Medford as they take their first lead of the day. Pitch is outside. 1 ball and no strikes here in the bottom of the third. One-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. So Baker at the plate. Struck out looking his first time up against Danner. This pitcher versus pitcher battle. Check swing on the 1-1 pitch. He did not go around. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch is fouled off. So 2 balls and 2 strikes with the runner at first. North Medford with 2 runs on 2 hits. Roseburg the 1 error defensively now. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Strike out for Wirtz for the second time today. He strikes out Mason Baker. So that'll do it for the Black Tornado in the bottom of the third inning. They're able to take the lead as 1 run comes in on no hits and an error. 1 left stranded. Wirtz picks up his second strikeout. We'll head to the top of the 4th inning. The score is 2-1, North Medford with the lead here on 541radio.com. And the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Always handled my own finances, but I need help.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
How should I be investing my money?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor. Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
2-1 the score. Top of the fourth inning. Roseburg coming up to hit. Mason Baker back on the bump for North Medford. North Medford with the lead as Jake Johnson rips a ball towards left center field for a base hit. It drops down for a leadoff single. So Jake picks up his first hit of the day. Was hitless in game number one. It didn't matter. He had a pretty good game regardless. After going 0 for 3 at the plate, he still had 12 strikeouts and 7 innings pitched. He starts this fourth inning with a leadoff single, so a runner at first, nobody out. 2-1 the score, tying run at first base. As Luke Robbins swings at the first pitch he sees, it's a softly hit ball out towards center field. Charging in is Easton Curtis, makes the catch and then throws it to first base. A diving play at first base made by Pedersen. So an out on the fly out by Luke. He's now 0 for 1 after walking and scoring a run back in the second. So now here's Danner Wirtz. A single his first time up. Runner at first. Righty versus righty battle here in the top of the fourth. 2-1 North Medford with the lead. Stepping off the mound is Baker. Relatively chilly day here in Medford as the wind picks up and the cold breeze blows across. Wirtz takes a strike. Looked a little low, but it's in the zone, and it's that same spot, that low outside corner to the right-handed hitters that is called a strike. It's been consistent. That's what you love to see. The 0-1, runner on the move, and this one is popped in the air out towards center field. Making the catch is Curtis. Long run back towards first base for Johnson, but he gets there safely before the throw from Curtis. So back-to-back flyouts to center field after the leadoff single. 2 outs, runner at first in this 2-1 ball game. Brings up A.J. Black here in the top of the fourth for the Indians. Had an RBI single his first time up. First pitch. Black takes in the dirt. Johnson was inching his way toward second base, but pulled up and decided to stay at first base. One ball and one strike, throw back towards first base, and diving back there safely is Johnson. I remember here, I was at this ballpark over the summer calling some Doc Stewart's baseball, and it was so windy. I had a little umbrella to help me with the shade as the pitch goes a little bit high. Now 2 balls and no strikes. It was so hot. It was about 95 degrees, but the wind was crazy, and I had a little umbrella that helped me shade myself from the sun, and my equipment at that, and the umbrella blew away. 2-0 pitch is popped in the air out towards center field. Easton Curtis loses his hat, but finds the ball for the final out. Leadoff single for Roseburg, but Johnson is left stranded at first base. The score is 2-1 North Medford. They're leading as we're halfway through this game number 2 of the doubleheader. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball here on 541radio.com and the score 92.3 FM in Fort.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Bottom of the fourth inning, it is 2-1, North Medford with the lead. Tanner Wirtz on the mound for Roseburg. Pitching here in the fourth so far, he's given up 2 hits, 2 runs, only 1 was earned. So here's Colton Miller, the left fielder, first pitch swinging as he fouls it away, 0-1. Special thanks to our sponsor, Flyaway Travel. Contact the travel experts at Travel Leader, Flyaway Travel, and make sure you have an agent in your corner. Pitch down and away. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. You can call 541-672-5701. 1-1 pitch is swung on and miss. 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wirtz comes set at the waist. The pitch is lined up the middle for a base hit. So Colton Miller gets aboard as North Medford picks up their 3rd hit of the afternoon. A runner at first, nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th as the Black Tornado lead 2-1. Brings up Cade Patterson. So Patterson, the left-handed hitter, comes to the plate. Nobody out with the runner at first. Infield shifts to double play depth as he tries to bunt his way aboard and bunts it foul down the third base side. Snowballs and a strike. Indians won game number 1, 1-0. Game number 2, it's been a good one, just like the first one, a 1-run game. Throw back towards first base, and diving back there safely is Colton Miller. North Medford, this is a team that graduated 6 players last season that were all league. As a bunt is shown, it's bunted up behind the plate and foul. 0-2. They finished tied for second in the Southwest Conference last year. They went 18-9 and 11-7 in league play. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch from Wirtz is down low, 1-2. They lost to Clackamas in round 1, 5-1. Cale Paisano was playing for that Clackamas team, one of the best hitters in the state of Oregon last year. Diving play at first base, not made by Johnson on a grounder by Patterson. Going first to third on the play is Miller. And so back-to-back singles put runners on the corners for the Black Tornado here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Still nobody out. And it brings up Jake Payton. Payton, his first time up, he hit a fly ball to left field that drove in a run. As it looks like Riley Cheney is warming up for Roseburg right now, and we'll see if they make the pitching change. As Steve Patterson comes out to try to settle down Tanner Wirtz. So Riley Cheney warming up. Traditionally, it's been Wirtz and Cheney that have gotten the starts for Roseburg on the Saturdays, but because Jake Johnson kept the pitch count low on Tuesday against South Medford, he was able to return and throw today. And so Cheney is warming up for Roseburg right now. So Payton will come to the plate, runners on the corners. Payton was able to tie the game with that sack from Warren. Warren walked and scored last inning. That was his first time up. Was the one unearned run to come in, and a balk. So both runners advance, and that pitch does not count. So now runners at first and second. Basically, the bunt happened as this is grounded towards short. Burke Fields looks back towards second, throws to first base. Johnson's there for out number 2. So just like that, 2 quick outs. And now Easton Curtis will come up to the plate. So Riley Cheney has an opportunity here to keep the damage at just 1 run in the inning. Looking to keep it a 2-run game. 3-1 the score. Although the scoreboard here at North Medford reads 2-1. Cheney's first pitch to Curtis is taken for a strike, 0-1. Curtis, he's 0 for 2. Ground out to third and a fly out to center field. Cheney's 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cheney takes a breath. Now kicks and fires. Bouncer in the dirt. Good play by Bowers behind the plate to backhand it. Keeps the runner at third. Pedersen at third. Payton at second. 2 balls and a strike. 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th of a 2-run game. The pitch, curveball outside. Got away from Cheney, now 3 balls and a strike. The 3-1 pitch. Grounded foul. Ooh, almost took out his teammate. It was right towards third base. Pedersen just got out of the way. Went Olay. So a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. A strikeout for Cheney as he gets out of the inning. So, no runs. I believe 1 run. 1 run should be counted. They have it 2-1 on the board. I have it 3-1. Either way, we're headed to the 5th inning. They just announced no runs at the ballpark. We'll see what that's about. Nonetheless, the score is 3-1 in my books as we head to the 5th inning. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball here on 541radio.com and the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Fletcher Coleman leading things off. Just talked to Kyle Clements, who's calling the game for Table Rock right now. He also has 3-1 the score. First pitch swinging for Fletcher Coleman as he puts it right back through the middle for a base hit. Coleman has his first hit here in game number 2. And so a leadoff single puts a runner at first base here in the top of the 5th inning. I'm still going to keep it 3-1, at least on my live stream. So runner at first, nobody out in the top of the 5th. Here's Caden Austin at the plate, 1 for 1 with a single, shows bunt, pulls it back, and it drops in the zone for a strike. 0-1. So runner leading off from first. as Austin shows bunt, and he bunts it foul to the first base side, 0-2. So Mason Baker back on the bump for North Medford, working out of the stretch, the right-hander. Only one run allowed. It was in the second. The 0-2. And throw back towards first base. The pitch was a ball. 1-2. Times is called as Coleman had to dust off his jersey a little bit. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss. A strikeout for Baker as he retires Austin. That's the 3rd time today Caden's gone down on strikes, if you include the stats from game number 1. Baker picks up his 2nd strikeout, and now Paxton Burke comes back up to the plate. 2 fly outs out towards left field. Runner on the move, pitch is outside, throw down towards second base, not in time as Fletcher Coleman steals second base with ease. So the Indians have a runner in scoring position. One 0 pitch. Burke lines it up the middle. It's a base hit. Coleman's going to come around and score from second base as the throw from Curtis is well behind. And the Indians are back on the board. It's 3-2. So the scoreboard here at North Medford reads 2-2. I still have it 3-2. Runner at first base in this 3-2 ball game. St. Clair takes in the dirt, and now 1 ball and no strikes. Finally, they do put a run on the board. So it is 3-2 as taking second base is Paxton Burke. So Burke steals second after the RBI single. St. Clair at the plate, and now an opportunity to tie the game. 2 balls and no strikes to St. Clair. The pitch, St. Clair is able to swing and foul that one away to the third base side. Special thanks to our sponsor, Fisher's Hearth and Home. Serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Go check them out on West Harvard Avenue, as well as DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. You can check them out on Stevens Street. Throw back towards second, and diving back there safely is Burke. 2 balls, 1 strike to St. Clair with 1 out. Here in the top of the 5th, Indians a chance to tie. St. Clair bunts it foul behind the plate. Burke is at third base. I thought it was a foul ball. So they're going to allow Burke to get to third, and now Burke's going to come home and score on a pass ball. So the Indians tie the game 3-3 in some of the most unique fashion that you can think of. As the North Medford fans, and I agree, I thought it looked like St. Clair bunted it foul behind the plate. Apparently he missed the bunt. It advanced Burke to third, and now he comes in to score. So we're even at 3 here in the top of the 5th. Nobody on for St. Clair, who swings and grounds the ball to first base. Play is made by the first baseman Pedersen as he fields it and taps on the first base bag for out number 2. So it brings up Cal Robbins with 2 outs and nobody on. So they say wild pitch on back-to-back pitches allows Burke to come in and tie. So a brand new ball game here in the top of the 5th. Nobody on, and 2 outs for Robbins, who takes up an inside. 1-0. Robbins, a strikeout looking and a fly out to left field in his 2 previous at-bats here in Game 2. Takes the 1-0 for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. So the Indians tie here in the top of the 5th. After trailing by 2, we're even at 3. In the dirt, 2 balls and a strike to the first team Far West League player a year ago. That was when Cal was at Douglas High School last season before transferring to RHS this year. 2-1 pitch is popped in the air out towards right field. Drifting back is Peyton, and he makes the catch for the final out. Well, the Indians, they bring 2 runs in on 2 hits. No errors and none left stranded. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th inning. The score is 3-3. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball here on 541radio.com and the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
How should I be investing my money?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
In today's big box store, how-to YouTube video world, it is hard to do it yourself. If you're fixing your fence or putting in a new one, the only place to start is Quality Fence. We stock almost anything you need and take the time to show you how to really do it yourself. Visit the Quality Fence showroom in Roseburg and get great fencing ideas at qualityfenceco.com.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Three to 3, the score as we begin the bottom of the 5th inning. Special thanks to our sponsor, Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County, and Gibbs RV Superstore. You got to get to Gibbs. First pitch from Riley Cheney here in the bottom of the 5th inning is down and away. 1 ball and no strikes to Dominic Daffron. Shortstop here in game number 2. Cheney's second pitch, this time in the zone. 1 ball and a strike to Daffron. So the Indians tie the game in the top half of the 5th inning. A very unique inning all around. A lot of confusion everywhere. 1-1 pitch is in the zone, 1-2 from Cheney. And, that's to be expected. It's high school baseball. There's always some nooks and crannies through everything. 1-2 way outside. 2-2. Looked like Cheney was given everything on that one. Loud grunt. You could feel like you could hear at least, feel like he was giving it his all, trying to throw it as hard as he could, and he just whistled it way wide. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. Now 3 balls and 2 strikes. So a brand new ball game. Indians trailed by 2, but able to rally and tie the game in the top half of the 5th inning. North Medford now working against Riley Cheney, as this one's fouled back by Daffron. He stays alive. So Danner Wirtz's final line is officially 3 innings pitched, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned with 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. After both runners that Wirtz left on base were left stranded. Cheney misses just a little bit low on the 3-2 pitch, and so it'll be a walk. So Daffron's at first base, and now Brady Patterson will come to the plate. He reached on an error in the 3rd inning. That error allowed a runner to come in and score for North Medford. Throw back towards first base, and diving back there safely is Daffron. Bunt shown down the first base line. Fielding it as Johnson. Diving play at first base. He got him. Just beat him. Patterson trying to get there himself, but Johnson just able to beat him. It was a pretty good bunt, but it is a sac bunt. 3 unassisted, and now the go-ahead run is in scoring position here in the bottom of the 5th. So now Mason Baker has an opportunity to help himself out with 1 out and a runner in scoring position. The pitcher for North Medford has an opportunity to give himself the lead. First pitch, Baker takes down and away, 1-0. Baker just surrendered 2 runs in the top half of the inning. So certainly would love to try to get the lead back for North Medford after surrendering the lead. 1-0 is in the zone for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Janey comes set. 1-1 pitch is cut on and miss. 1-2. So the Indians going to be in first place after winning today, game number 1. By the end of the day, no matter what happens in the Southwest Conference, the Roseburg Indians will find themselves in first place. As Bowers called times right before the 1-2 pitch. We'll wait again with Baker at the plate. One ball and 2 strikes. Janey comes set at the waist. Looks towards second. Now to the plate. Pitch is cut on and miss. Baker goes down swinging. 2 away. It's a strikeout for Cheney, his second, and Baker goes down swinging for the 3rd time this second game. So as good as he's been on the mound, he's struggled at the plate. 3-3 the score. Runner in scoring position. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Colton Miller at the plate. He's 2 for 2 here in game number 2. Janey still trying to get out of trouble. Fires a first pitch that was called a balk. So Dom advances to third. Runner at third. Go ahead run 90 feet away. That is the second time today Cheney has been issued a balk. He's not coming fully set. Janey's first pitch is down and away. So 1 ball and no strikes. Janey's going to work out of the windup now. Fires a pitch that's up the middle off the mound. Burke gets it at short, but he lost it. It looked like he was going to field spin to throw to first base, but instead it goes right through his mitt, and it's in for a base hit to bring in the go-ahead run. It is 4-3 North Medford as the Black Tornado retake the lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Colton Miller is 3 for 3 here in game number 2, so now a runner at first base. Each team with 6 hits. And now a 4-3 lead for North Medford. Swing and a miss, and now no balls and a strike. So North Medford leading by 1 now. Been a great day for baseball. Both games have been really, really close. Throw back towards first, diving back there safely is Miller. One ball and 1 strike. Pitch from Cheney. It's cut on and miss. 1-2. 0-2. Cheney. 2-strike pitch is outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a very chilly afternoon in Medford with the flag now in left field blowing straight out towards the left field pole. A lot more wind in game 2 than game 1. Pitch is grounded towards second. High hopper for Austin. He bobbles it, throws to first base. It's late. It's going to go down as an error. It's tough to field those off the dirt compared to the nice turf they have back at home at Champion Car Wash Field. But an error is going to put a runner at first and now a runner at second. And now Jake Payton will come to the plate. A little bit of an infielders meeting with Paxton Burke, Caden Austin, Riley Cheney, and Amos Bowers all coming in to talk things over. I think just to discuss strategy, the runner at second base, and how they're going to cover that bag. First pitch to Payton is low and away. 1 ball and no strikes. So Payton at the plate, sacrifice fly back in the second, RBI single last inning in the fourth. It is 4-3, North Medford with the lead. 2 on and 2 out in the bottom of the fifth. Here in game number 2, Roseburg winning game number 1, 1-0. Three-two pitch. Or 1-1 pitch. 1-0 pitch, that one in the zone, 1-1. They had not changed the board here, and now the scoreboard reads 3 balls, 3 strikes with 2 outs. There was 2 outs, but it is 1 ball and 1 strike. Cheney takes a breath, now delivers a breaking ball, up and inside. 2 balls and a strike here in the bottom of the fifth. Payton an opportunity for another RBI with 2 already today, responsible for bringing in half of the runs for North Medford. Just gets a piece of the 2-1 and fouls it off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Indians have the meat of the order. 4, 5, and 6 due up in the top half of the 6. Two-two pitch from Cheney is fouled back off the netting. Payton had a plate appearance, the one where he had the sac fly where he fouled off. It felt like about 4 to 5 foul balls before eventually sending one to left field for the sacrifice fly. We'll see how long this battle is. 2-2. A little bit high. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So full count with 2 outs. In the bottom of the 5th inning, 4-3, North Medford with the lead. Cheney's payoff pitch. Popped in the air, pretty deep out towards left field. A.J. Black giving chase. It's just over his head, and it rolls towards the wall. 2 runs are going to come in and score. Payton standing at second. It's a 2 RBI double, and the Black Tornado extend their lead. It is 6-3. Jake Payton has 4 RBIs today. A young man that came in only hitting 103 on the season. He had just 3 hits and 2 RBIs entering today, and now he has 4 RBIs and 2 hits. It's been an impressive day for Jake Payton, the right fielder, who didn't even hit in game number 1, was the DH. But he brings in Pedersen, and he brings in Miller. Both unearned runs for Riley Cheney after the error by Caden Austin extended the inning, and now it is 6-3. Still 2 outs, and a runner will be at second base. Steve Patterson out to talk things over with Cheney and calm him down. Special thanks to our sponsor, McClendon Smokehouse, a family-owned meat shop and smokehouse offering a wide selection, plus fresh produce, baked goods, and a general grocery selection. You can stop by on West Harvard Avenue. So runner at second, 2 outs, 6-3 the score in the bottom of the 5th inning. Cheney just trying to get through the end of this inning. Ben Morgan comes to the plate. First pitch, Morgan takes low. 1-0. That was that low outside corner that has consistently been called a strike today, except for right there. First time it feels like it's been called a ball. 1-0 pitch is outside. I think that ran up in on Bowers, who looked like he was sliding towards the outside to try to stop it, and all of a sudden it got up towards his helmet and towards his upper left shoulder. Two balls and no strikes with the runner at second and 2 outs. Black Tornado doubling up Roseburg right now. 2-0 pitch. Popped in the air, out towards left field. A.J. Black playing deep, charges in, loses the hat, and finds the ball for out number 3. Well, North Medford, they're able to get 2 hits, 3 runs in the inning, leaving 1 stranded after 1 error. We're headed to the 6th inning, top of the 6th upcoming. It is 6-3, North Medford with the lead. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball here on 541radio.com and The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Always handled my own finances, but I need help.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
How should I be investing my money?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor. Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Welcome back here to North Medford High School. It is 6-3, North Medford with the lead against Roseburg. 3 runs came in the bottom half of the 5th inning. And now we begin the 6th with Mason Baker back on the bump. First pitch from Baker is a little bit low to Jake Johnson. 1 ball and no strikes. So the Indians trail by 3. Jake Johnson, Luke Robbins, and Danner Wirtz to the plate. Jake 1 for 2. Grounds it up the middle off the glove of Baker. He fields on the mound, spins, throws to first base. The play is made for out number 1. Tim Sestair was not happy with that call. Looks like he is shaking his head, walking over towards the umpire. He's not going to argue it too much, though. There's out number 1 as Johnson grounds out to Baker. So here's Luke Robbins, a walk and a fly out so far. Robbins takes a breaking ball up and inside. 1-0. So nobody on, 1 out in this top of the 6th inning. Riley Cheney is on deck, who's set to have his first at bat of the game. Swing and a miss by Robbins, 1-1. Cheney going to be batting for Danner Wirtz, who he came in for in the 4th inning on the mound, and now will have his first at bat as he's on deck. Robbins pops it up out towards right field. In right field is Jake Payton, who makes the catch for out number 2. Payton's having himself a game, been pretty good defensively, and has 4 RBIs offensively today with a pair of hits. So 2 outs and nobody on. Here is Riley Cheney. First pitch is outside, 1-0. Cheney comes to the plate, batting .200 on the season. Just 1 hit in 5 at bats. Swings through the 1-0, 1-1. Cheney, a junior on this Roseburg squad. outfielder that has pitched quite a bit this season for the Indians. He takes high. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Cheney flies it out towards right field. Payton goes back and makes the catch for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down, the Indians go. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. The score is 6-3. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball here on 541radio.com and the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Welcome back here to North Medford High School. Bottom of the 6th inning. It is 6-3 the score. Game number 2 of the doubleheader this afternoon. Special thanks to our sponsor, Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson & Company, member SIPC, as well as Bowers Industrial, a proud supporter of our local community and youth sports. Austin Warren leading things off for North Medford here in the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch to Warren is swung on and miss. 0-1. Warren a walk, a run scored back in the 3rd, grounded out back in the 4th inning. Now up for the 3rd time today. Riley Cheney on the mound for Roseburg. Defensively, same defensive setup. Cal Robbins at 3rd, Paxton Burke at shortstop, Caden Austin at 2nd, Jake Johnson at first base. In right field, it's Fletcher Coleman. In center, Dane St. Clair, and in left, A.J. Black. The 0-1 pitch is a little bit above the zone, maybe a little bit outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Warren. Cheney's 1-1. Hits him. Whew. It's going to sting on a chilly day like today. So puts a runner at first base for North Medford here in the bottom of the 6th as they look to score some extra insurance runs. Easton Curtis will come up to the plate. He's 0 for 3 here in game number 2. Grounded out to 3rd, flew out to center field, and struck out swinging his last time up. Cheney working out of the stretch. First pitch is grounded through the 6-5 hole into left field, and so back-to-back hits, but 2 aboard for North Medford here in the 6th. So Dom Daffrin's going to come to the plate. 6-3 the score, bottom of the 6th. North Medford trying to add some extra insurance before the 7th inning. The Indians going to have the bottom of the order. A.J. Black, Fletcher Coleman, and Caden Austin due up. First pitch, it's a bunt shown from Daffron. Not sure where it missed, but he pulled it back, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. One 1-0 to Daffron. Cheney takes a big breath and delivers. Breaking ball. Called to strike this time. Maybe a makeup call? I mean, the first one looked a little bit more in the zone, but either way, it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Daffron heading off to Lynn Benton Community College next year. Second team All-League pitcher a year ago. 1-1. In the dirt. Now 2 balls and a strike. So 2 on and nobody out. Indians would love a double play. They have not turned a double play today. They have 8 on the season, which is a couple of more than North Medford has. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Gets Daffrin to chase on a pitch down low near his ankles. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Corner of the infield playing in. Middle of the infield playing at double play depth. Janey's 2-2. Inside, almost hit Daffrin. Does not. And the count's gone full. So a full count now. Janey ready. Looks to second. Payoff pitch. Outside. So the bases are now loaded. Walk, single, walk to load them all up here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Amos Bowers goes to talk things over with Riley Janey. Special thanks to our sponsor, Quality Fence, doing it right for you. You can call 541-664-2281 or visit qualityfenceco.com. So bases loaded for Brady Patterson. Sack bunt his last time up. Bases loaded, still nobody out. A chance for a lot more runs for North Medford. First pitch in the dirt, 1-0. Six to 3 the score. North Medford with the lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Infield standing on the grass. 1-0 is popped in the air out towards right field pretty deep. Giving chase is Fletcher Coleman, now coming inside, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Tagging at third and coming in to score is Austin Warren. Advancing to third base is Easton Curtis. Staying at first base is Dom Daffrin. As North Medford adds another run to their score, it's 7-3. So now Mason Baker to the plate with runners on the corners and 1 out. Daffrin at first, he has some speed. 1 stolen base this season. Bunt shown by Baker, and he bunts it foul. 0-1. So no balls and a strike to Baker, who has struck out 3 times. Strikeout in the second, strikeout in the third, and a strikeout in the 5th. So looking to snap the streak here and get his first hit of the game. Be huge for the pitcher, who's pitched pretty good for North Medford today. Just 3 runs given up, 2 of them in 1 inning. The 0-1, he shows bunt again, bunts it down the third base side. Robbins was playing deep, throw to first base is late. It's an RBI bunt single by Mason Baker. I think that Cal backed off because he thought that that pitch was so inside, there's no way he bunts it, but he did. And he gets the bunt down and brings in another run. It is 8-3, North Medford with the lead. So now runners at first and second. So the insurance is up to 5 runs for North Medford. Again, the Indians going to have the bottom of the order. Batters 7, 8, and 9 upcoming in the top of the 7th. It was South Medford leading Sheldon 4-0 earlier. So that's good news for Roseburg. Certainly would love the Irish to lose today, at least one of the games. Pitch is in for a strike. 0-1. If Sheldon sweeps today, Roseburg would be tied with the Irish, and the Irish would have the tiebreaker over Roseburg. This one grounded foul. Indians have a big doubleheader upcoming against Sheldon. It's going to be on the road in Eugene. The Irish came away with the victory, coming from behind, scoring 2 runs in the 7th to take the lead and win the game against Roseburg at Champion Car Wash Field. 0-2 pitch is grounded foul. Do it again. So no balls and 2 strikes with 2 on and 1 out. Pitch to Miller is swung on and missed. It gets past the catcher Bowers, and advancing to first base is Miller. So the drop third strike will extend the inning and still 1 out. So the bases are loaded after the strikeout. The drop third strike allows the runner to reach first base. That is the 4th strikeout by Riley Cheney. And now a swing and a miss on the first pitch by Cade Pedersen. Pedersen, the 7th batter of the inning, here in this bottom of the 6th. Daffron at third, Baker at second, and swing and a miss. Maybe I had it wrong. There's nobody at first base now. There's 2 outs. So they're not going to let the runner get to first. But both runners do advance. So there's 2 outs after the strikeout. So you say no drop third strike with the runner at first base on the play. Either way, Pedersen now lines the ball out towards right field. And it is not caught by Fletcher Coleman. He bobbles it, picks it up, throws to second base, and he's going to get the out there, as Pedersen was trying to stretch it to 2 after the bobble in right field by Coleman. But 2 runs come in and score, and so the lead is going to be 10-3 as we head to the 7th inning. A total of, 4 runs on 3 hits, and no runners left stranded. So after that long inning, the score is 10-3 as we're headed to the 7th inning. Roseburg got some work to do at the plate. North Medford trying to close it out here on 541radio.com. And the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your 4-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Top of the 7th inning, first pitch to A.J. Black is popped in the air out towards right field. Charging in is Jake Payton, and he makes the catch for out number 1 here in the top of the 7th inning. So 1 out already on the board here in the top of the 7th, and now up to the plate is Fletcher Coleman. Indians trailing 10-3, so they got 2 outs to work with to try to score 7 runs and extend this game, maybe more, and try to take the lead. Swing and a miss on the first pitch to Fletcher Coleman. 0-1 from Mason Baker. 4 runs coming in for North Medford in the bottom of the 6th. They lead by 7 as Coleman swings and drives the ball out towards left field. It's slice and foul, and it goes foul. 0-2. Mason Baker looking to complete the game. Dom Daffrin for North Medford had a complete game performance in game number 1. Daffrin was able to go the distance, only allowed 1 earned run, but he picked up the loss. Pitch inside, now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Coleman, who is 1 for 2 here in game number 2. With a single and a line out towards right field. 1-2 pitch. Lined up towards center field, and to make the catch is Easton Curtis for out number 2. So the Indians are down to their final out as they trail by 7. And now the 9-hole hitter, Caden Austin, is going to be hit for. Nick Ruiz is going to get an AB. So Austin, his day is done after a single and a strikeout. 2 outs in a 10-3 game in the top of the 7th inning. Baker's first pitch to Ruiz is taken for a strike. 0-1. Ruiz, this is just his second plate appearance and at bat of the season. He's 0 for 2. And now he's down 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes after a fastball called for a strike on the low outside corner. Baker winds the 0-2. Swing and a miss, a strikeout, and that'll end the game. So North Medford wins game number 2 of the doubleheader, and they salvage the day with a 10-3 victory. The Indians go 1-1 today, but they pick up the much-needed win to remain in first place in the Southwest Conference. Big games ahead for the Indians. We'll talk about it on the other half of this break. 2-minute timeout, and we'll wrap things up here at North Medford High School's Jim Maccabee Field on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Welcome back here to North Medford High School. Jim Maccabee Field. The Indians dropped this one 10-3 in game number 2. Special thanks to our sponsor, Southern Septic Service. From residential to commercial, Southern Septic Service has your behind covered. When it comes to septic tank plumbing and inspections, portable toilet rentals, and grease trap cleaning, Southern Septic Service is woman and veteran owned and a proud supporter of our local sports teams. Special thanks again to all of our sponsors, Roseburg Disposal, Barnes Heating and Cooling, Dr. Lance and Randall, Chuck Schwarm and Family Auto Repair, Flyway Travel, Fisher's Hearth and Home, DC Farmers Co-op, Cascade Community Credit Union, McClendon Smokehouse, Gibbs RV Superstore, Palm Wealth Management, Bowers Industrial, Quality Fence, and Southern Septic Service, plus the Roseburg Country Club. Don't forget, tomorrow, Roseburg Country Club stop by for the Open House Golf Membership Drive from 5 to 8 p.m. You can sign up for a membership tomorrow and get 25% off. Indians dropped this one 10-3 in game number 2. They dropped to 13-6 on the season, 9-4 in Southwest Conference play. For the Black Tornado, they are now 8-4 in Southwest Conference play. They are 12-6 on the season. Tanner Wirtz got the start in game number 2 through 3 innings, allowed 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them were earned with a walk and 2 strikeouts. Riley Cheney came in through 3 innings, allowed 5 hits, 7 runs, only 5 of them were earned, 3 walks and 4 strikeouts. Offensively for North Medford, it was Jake Payton's day. He had a total of 4 RBIs, a sac fly, a RBI single, and a 2 RBI double. Colton Miller was excellent, going 3 for 4 with a RBI and 3 runs scored. Mason Baker had an RBI single and pitched 7 innings, allowed 6 hits, 3 earned runs with a walk and 3 strikeouts. Dom Daffron, after his impressive day on the mound, allowing just 1 run in the opening game, he walked twice and scored 2 runs for North Medford. For Roseburg offensively, Paxton Burke had an RBI single, stole a base, and also scored a run. A.J. Black had an RBI single as well. And the Indians, overall on the day, in game number 2, struggled to get a ton of offense with just 6 hits overall. A couple of errors defensively, and that certainly dampened the day for the Indians. Roseburg, though, still in first place in the Southwest Conference, split the doubleheader against a top 10 North Medford team and win the season series against the Black Tornado. Indians will be back in action on Wednesday, not Tuesday. They have a non-league game against West Salem coming up on Wednesday, 5 p.m. We'll have the pregame show right here on the Score at 4:45 p.m. For North Medford, they'll be facing off against Sheldon on Tuesday at 4:30 p.m. And then the Sheldon Irish will actually be hosting the Roseburg Indians on Saturday for a doubleheader at 10 and 12. So big games ahead for Roseburg. Another big one next weekend against Sheldon. That's going to do it for us here today at North Medford High School. Roseburg wins game number 1, 1-0, thanks to the excellent pitching performance for Jake Johnson. Again, 7 innings pitched, just 4 hits, no runs, a walk, and 12 strikeouts for Johnson in game number 1. Indians drop game number 2, 10-3. And split the day 1-1. Special thanks to everybody at North Medford High School, to our producer back in studio, Grady Hamilton. I'm Nate Jarecki saying so long from Jim Maccabee Field. We'll see you on Wednesday for more Roseburg baseball here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.